But this is the thing that I like about the two of you together, because it does feel that you are each other's cheerleaders. But is there ever healthy competition between the two of you?
You know, I would say no, because I feel that one of the things that really works about us is we're very different. Even the style of music is different from my style of music. We complement each other as opposed to kind of ever in each other's way.
They were the power couple who had it all: talent, beauty, a blended family that seemed more united than most nuclear ones, and an empire built on beats and ballads. Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz had crafted a love story that felt untouchable. He was the Grammy-winning icon of soul and self-empowerment. He, the behind-the-scenes mastermind with the platinum touch. Together, they had created not only hit records, but what looked like an unshakable bond. Instagram tributes, anniversary serenades, luxury getaways, spiritual ceremonies under fig trees. In South Africa, it was like something out of a music video. Except now, allegedly, the beat has stopped.
What happens when you're working on music and he does something that you don't think is great, or she does something that you don't think is great?
It's easy.
Is it easy?
It's very hard for me to find something that she can't do great.
Well, just suppose. I mean, because everybody's going, Alicia, that's great, great, great. Swizz, that's great, great, great.
Oh, I told him
and you're
the truth.
sitting there saying,
he's brutally honest. I'm like, could you like be a little?
Because behind the veil of love and light, explosive rumors have ignited a firestorm. Word on the street is that Alicia Keys has quietly filed for divorce from Swizz Beatz, and the reason? An alleged betrayal that cuts deeper than anything Keys has ever put to song. Sources close to the couple claim Swizz didn't just cheat, he allegedly got his side partner pregnant, and the fallout from that single choice may be undoing 15 years of public devotion and private compromise. The whispers grew louder in industry circles earlier this summer, when insiders noticed a sudden shift in Alicia's social media tone. Gone were the glowing odes to my love, my king. In their place, cryptic posts about self-respect, rebirth, and letting go. One former tour manager for a major R&B act claims he spotted Alicia looking visibly emotional during a recent closed-door studio session in LA. He was wiping her eyes between takes, he said. You could tell she was trying to power through something huge. And then came the leak. Alicia, allegedly blindsided by proof of Swizz indiscretion, had begun the paperwork for a legal separation and may be done keeping up appearances.
And he was talking about his relationship with his wife. They've been married 15 years, and he says it's a healthy marriage. And he said what keeps it so healthy is, he said, first, they don't yell at each other. And they said, we've never had an argument.
Now let's talk karma. Because for more than a decade, Alicia has battled the home record label. After her relationship with Swizz began just as his marriage to singer Mashonda collapsed. Mashonda, you'll remember, wrote an open letter calling out Keys for assisting in destroying a family. At the time, both Alicia and Swizz insisted their romance started after the marriage had ended. But the timeline raised eyebrows, and the damage to Alicia's image was undeniable. The irony? It's allegedly Alicia now who's watching her marriage unravel over a third party. And for those who once accused her of snatching someone's husband, there's a bitter symmetry in the allegations surfacing now. Full circle doesn't even begin to cover it.
Always so happy to see you guys.
Thank you.
You guys went to high school together?
No, I wish.
Oh, did you like know each other before?
Her best friend was a rapper in my class, and she used to always tell me like, man, you gotta meet Ali, you gotta meet Ali. She's doing music, you doing music. And one day she finally came to pick up from school, and she was like, Swizz, come here, this is Ali, that's what I'm talking about.
But this isn't just a story about marital collapse. It's about a man who, according to insiders, may have left a trail of secrecy stretching far beyond one affair. Industry sources allege that Swizz's indiscretion with the alleged pregnant side partner isn't an isolated event. A music executive based in Atlanta claims Swizz may have fathered a child with a woman there years ago, a claim that's never been confirmed publicly, but continues to circulate like wildfire through private DMS and studio chatter. It's not just one woman, a former road assistant tells us. There are receipts out there that haven't seen the light of day. Alicia might just be finding out the full extent of what she's been protecting all these years. The emotional toll of that, almost impossible to measure. Alicia has long projected an image of spiritual peace and emotional intelligence. She built her brand on love, on forgiveness, on radical harmony. Remember when she and Mashonda put aside the past to co-parent Swizz's son together? They gave interviews, wrote books about blended families, smiled together at Mother's Day brunches. Alicia didn't just marry a man. She inherited his history, his children, and his complicated ex, and she managed it all with grace. So for her to now allegedly be facing her own betrayal while parenting 2 sons and juggling an international career, that's not just tabloid mess, that's emotional ground zero.
You and Alicia have been married for 13 years. You have a 13th wedding anniversary coming up.
Yes.
With Miss Keys, who we love.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Betrayal, if true, would also shake the foundation of their public legacy. For years, Alicia and Swizz styled themselves as an artistic dream team, the perfect fusion of soul and swagger. They collaborated on music, hosted star-studded art shows, posed for Architectural Digest in a cliffside home that practically screamed billionaires in. But if this scandal explodes into the open, all that curated tranquility gets reinterpreted through a very different lens. Was the love real or just well-staged? Did Alicia always know more than she let on? Or was she, like so many before her, clinging to a man whose loyalty was more performance than promise?
Is that guy. So I think that's what happens. You might get misconstrued, and then you start only thinking about yourself as opposed to making sure that everybody is good. So as long as that's happening and there's a balance, then there's nothing wrong with having.
And then there's the twist that has tongues wagging from Hollywood to Harlem. Alicia may not just be walking away, she might be plotting a total reset. Real estate watchers in Southern Europe are reporting that Alicia has been quietly touring properties in southern France and coastal Spain. One local broker in Marbella claims she was spotted examining a gated estate with ocean views and heavy privacy hedging. She wasn't wearing makeup, but she looked focused. She asked a lot of questions about school systems and security, he told us. She didn't say much, but the energy was clear. She wasn't just browsing, which begs the question, is Alicia Keys planning to leave the country altogether? Sources say it's more than possible. With a net worth estimated in the tens of millions and a global career that can operate from anywhere, Alicia has the means, and allegedly now, the motive, to get far, far away from Swizz, his scandals, and the public microscope. Friends say she's fiercely protective of her sons, Egypt and Genesis, and wants to give them a fresh start, somewhere far from the noise of NYC or LA. One former friend of the couple summed it up like this: Alicia thought she had built something unbreakable. She forgave the past. She raised those kids like her own. She put her heart on the line. And now, if this is true, she's realizing she was never really protected. And Alicia Keys does not stay where she's not respected. The tension is undeniable. The silence from both parties, deafening. Swizz has continued posting vague motivational quotes on his socials, while Alicia has gone radio silent. But behind that silence, something is clearly happening. The insiders keep talking. The documents may already be in motion, and as the rumors of a secret love child, or two, continue to swirl, we're all left wondering just how deep the rabbit hole goes. Because if Swizz's past is finally catching up to him, Alicia Keys may not just be walking away from a broken marriage. She might be preparing to expose a lifetime of carefully hidden chaos and take back her power in a way no one saw coming.
So music has been a big part of your lives for a very long time.
Absolutely.
So what does it mean to you both as we sit here getting ready to celebrate Grammy weekend?
Well, for me, music is the instrument of life.
I agree. I feel like music is it's the answer, it's the reason. It's so powerful. That's why we all.
And as we peel back the layers, the real story may not be in what's happening now, but in what's been building for years. Let's rewind the clock and examine what we're calling the heartbreak timeline. From the outside, Alicia and Swizz crafted a love story straight out of a luxury brand campaign. But if we dig deeper, the cracks were already forming. In late 2022, fans noticed a sharp decline in Alicia's public appearances with Swizz. She stopped posting birthday tributes. She skipped out on a major event in New York that the couple usually attended arm in arm. At the time, it was brushed off as scheduling, but now, it reads like a woman pulling back.
All deserve it. It's not something where you're not supposed to have something nice. I think we're taught that we're not supposed to have nice things because it's somehow unholy or not.
In early 2023, she shared a string of cryptic Instagram captions. Phrases like, "Peace comes when you stop pretending," and "sometimes the hardest person to walk away from is the one you built your dreams with." Alone, they seemed poetic. Taken with what we now know, they feel like subtle cries from someone living in silence. And we can't forget her absence from the 2024 Grammy red carpet, a stage she once ruled. A former stylist who worked with Alicia during that period claims she was unusually reserved and turned down multiple designer fittings, saying simply, "Not this year." So when did the loyalty begin to rot? Some point to 2020, the 10-year mark in their marriage. That was when rumors first surfaced of Swizz being spotted at a hotel in Atlanta, with a woman later identified as a boutique music artist trying to break into the scene. While nothing was ever confirmed, whispers about private parties and untraceable room bills began circulating in the background of the industry. Alicia, for her part, made no public comment. She simply released a song called Best of Me that year, a track drenched in devotion paired with a music video featuring none other than Swizz himself. Was it a love letter or an act of damage control?
They'd be like, guess what? I want this. What are you gonna do about it? Mm-hmm. Accommodate me, as opposed to me always accommodating you. So that's the part that and so I started to recognize that that's what I was doing. And I thought it was humility. I thought it was, fluidity. I thought it was kindness. I thought it was whatever, but I realized it was actually I felt some type of way about. I didn't have the self-worth that I should have had.
And if Alicia was already suspicious, then the heartbreak likely didn't hit all at once. It trickled in moment by moment. A missed call here, a changed password there, a name that showed up too many times in DMS. Anyone who's been through it knows that's how trust erodes, slowly, quietly, until one day you can't unsee what's been staring you in the face. But how has Swizz managed to stay so squeaky clean in the public eye for so long? Enter what some insiders call Swizz's playbook. Industry veterans say he's always been strategic. Behind the scenes, he's allegedly known for using silence as his shield. Several sources familiar with his team's handling of past relationships say there's a pattern. NDAs signed early, financial incentives offered quietly, and public statements crafted with surgical precision. One ex-assistant who worked with the producer in the mid-2010s described the inner circle as loyal to the paycheck, not the truth. Even Mashonda, his first wife, famously put down the sword and promoted peace after years of tension. But now we have to ask, was that peace the product of healing or the result of negotiations we never saw? And let's not forget, Mashonda's 2009 open letter to Alicia wasn't some vague post, it was a takedown. She wrote, "You know what you did. You know the role you played and how you contributed to the ending of my marriage." Yet fast forward a few years and they were posing for photos together at family dinners. That turnaround raised eyebrows then, and it hits different now.
Man, I'm a lot of the same person that I've always been. I'm definitely that same kind of empathetic, relatable, boots on the ground type of girl, woman. But I definitely have a lot more wisdom. I have a lot more confidence. I have a lot more understanding of just what's real and what's fake. I think sometimes this world, this game, this industry can really be confusing. You get confused about what's actual.
Multiple sources claim Swizz has also leveraged his reputation as a family man to keep media questions at bay. He's posted tributes to Alicia's music achievements, organized lavish birthday surprises, even appeared in Parenting Focus interviews that reinforce his image as the ultimate husband and father. But if these new allegations are true, then the image may be just that, an image, carefully managed, intensely protected, and possibly completely manufactured. The most jarring claim? That this alleged new baby isn't even the only skeleton waiting to emerge. One former studio engineer in LA told us that Swizz had a pattern of late-night studio sessions with certain women that never made it onto the track lists. Another, who asked to remain unnamed for legal reasons, claimed they overheard conversations about relocating someone to another city quietly, so Alicia wouldn't find out. Again, none of this has been publicly confirmed, but the consistency of these whispers across multiple years and cities paints a troubling picture. How many chapters of this story have we not read yet? And now, there's another looming threat, one that could upend everything we thought we knew. Rumors are swirling that the alleged mistress at the center of the latest scandal is no longer content to stay silent. Whispers in the blogosphere suggest she's been approached by multiple outlets, some offering five-figure sums for exclusive interviews, others dangling documentary deals. The fact that she hasn't spoken yet only builds the suspense, but insiders say that could change at any moment. If she comes forward, she could turn this from a story of suspicion into a saga of receipts, screenshots, photos, time-stamped messages, the kind of digital evidence that leaves no room for spin.
I think you're right, and I guess I didn't ever realize it because I live with myself, so I know who I am and I know how I feel and I know what I do and I know how I vibe, and all of my friends and people that rock with me, they know me. So
what makes her even more dangerous is the unpredictability. Unlike Mashonda, who eventually chose diplomacy, this woman reportedly has no shared history with Alicia, no children with Swizz, no brand to protect, only a story to tell. And according to one source connected to a well-known gossip podcaster, she's not just sitting on text threads. There may be voice notes, hotel records, even gifts allegedly sent from Swizz himself, some of which could match items spotted in past Instagram stories. The psychological twist here is brutal. Alicia could soon be watching a stranger narrate her own heartbreak while the world listens with popcorn in hand. And let's be honest, if this woman speaks, she won't be the footnote. She becomes the story, the villain or the victim, depending on who's telling it. In an era where online confessionals become career launchers, her reveal could hijack headlines, send social media into meltdown, and force Alicia and Swizz into damage control they never anticipated. It's a wild card that could strip away the last remnants of control. And as we've seen time and time again, it only takes one voice to collapse a carefully built empire. And now, after years of being the spiritual glue holding everything together, Alicia may be ready to stop playing saint. Insiders close to her team say she's been consulting top-tier divorce attorneys, known for high-asset negotiations. This isn't just about emotional closure, it's about empire division. Their shared properties, music collaborations, and investments could be worth tens of millions. A battle of that scale would send shockwaves through the music industry and possibly force other secrets into the light. But there's also talk of something even bigger. Some believe Alicia isn't just preparing for separation, she's preparing for reinvention. Friends say she's been writing again, not just music, but essays, possibly even a memoir. A source close to her publishing circle claims she's been exploring a project about truth, betrayal, and feminine rebirth. Could Alicia be planning to do what so many betrayed women before her have done? Turn pain into power and heartbreak into headlines? And let's not forget the kids. Egypt and Genesis have been raised in what looked like a model co-parenting household. But now, with the truth unraveling and public speculation exploding, how much longer can the illusion hold? Alicia has long prioritized emotional wellness for her children. That's why sources say her alleged move to Europe isn't about escape, it's about preservation. A new home, a new energy, a new start for her and the boy. One that doesn't include flying across the world just to smile next to someone who allegedly shattered her trust. As the dust settles, one thing is crystal clear. This story is far from over, and Alicia Keys may have just begun writing her next chapter. Could this be the start of a solo era so powerful it redefines her legacy? Or will even more secrets force Swizz's carefully controlled world to crumble at last? Tell us what you believe. Is Alicia truly done? Or is there one more twist hiding in the shadows? Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and remember, truth always has a way of breaking through.